From overlooked tax deductions to smart tax planning, this episode is packed with actionable items for you to get ready for the upcoming tax season, as well as set you up for financial success in 2025. So grab your notepad because these tips could save you thousands of dollars. Welcome to the Locum CPA Podcast, where we talk about the business of being a locum medical professional. My name is Stephen Lee, a CPA based out of Chicago, Illinois. All of you have personal financial goals, from paying off student loans to saving up for your first home. That's why it's so important as the year draws to a close to get your tax strategy and your financial goals in check in order to maximize your earnings and minimize your taxes. So let's dive right into my year-end checklist for all you locum professionals. Number one is to review your 2024 earnings. So let's start by reviewing all of your 1099 income as a locum professional. Your income can vary from month to month, so you want to make sure your 1099 payments match with all your billable hours, your reimbursements, and any bonuses that you receive during the 2024 calendar year. Also, make sure you divide up which income goes with which state, because you have to file separately in certain states for different contracts and different hospitals that you might have worked at that are located in different states. So make sure you're dividing that up correctly. Also, make sure you track all your 1099 income for the year to help reduce your stress for the upcoming tax season. This will not only help reduce stress for yourself, but also your CPA or tax professional when you're filing your 2024 tax returns. If you're a new or a seasoned locum professional, you don't want to miss my top tax tips if you're starting or operating a your locums practice. I'll pin a link to the guide in the comments section below. Number two on the checklist is maximizing your tax deductions. Locum tenens professionals have a unique tax benefit as independent contractors. Once again, you guys are independent contractors earning 1099 income, which means you're allowed to deduct certain expenses. So before December 31st, review your locum-specific expenses such as travel expenses like flights, hotels, car rentals, your licensing and credentialing fees, continuing medical education or CME costs, malpractice insurance premiums, home office expenses. These can all reduce your taxable income. Remember, every deduction lowers this taxable income, which is used to calculate the amount of tax that you owe. So if you're not sure what qualifies, remember to talk to your CPA or a qualified tax professional who is familiar with locum tenens work. And for most medical professionals, making sure all your deductions are tracked can be the difference between being in the 20% income tax bracket or a 30% tax bracket. Because many of you are earning high 1099, so you want to make sure we lower or do everything we can to make sure you're in a lower tax bracket with any eligible tax deductions that you might have. So now is the perfect time to track to make sure that you have tracked all the expenses in the applicable categories, okay? This will also help you get ready for the 2024 tax season, which is coming up in the next few weeks. Number three is to max out retirement contributions. So as an independent contractor, you're in charge of your retirement planning. This is a huge opportunity to set aside tax advantage savings. So making sure you've maxed out your contributions to things like your SEP IRA, solo 401k, or simple IRA. Remember, for 2024, the contribution limits are generous, and you might be able to defer tens of thousands of dollars in income depending on your earnings. Remember, for the SEP IRA, the max is going to be calculated based on 25% of your net earnings, or up to $69,000, whichever is the lesser of the two. The solo 401k is up to $23,000 for the employee portion, or up to $30,500 if you're 50 years or older, or 25% of net profits. Make sure also there's a max of $69,000 for the solo 401k, and this is a combination of the employee and the employer contributions. So I cannot emphasize this strategy enough. Really maxing out your retirement contributions really will not only set you up for success in retirement, but also lower, once again, which income tax bracket you potentially are in, whether it's the 30% or in the 20s. You really want to make sure you're maximizing your retirement contributions. This is one of the best tax saving strategies you can possibly do as a locums professional. Number 4 is estimated tax payments. And if you're a locum tenens physician, remember you are responsible for your quarterly tax payments. By now, you should have made 3 of these payments for the calendar year, and the 4th and the final 2024 quarterly estimated tax payment, that is coming up, and that the due date there is January 15th, 2025. And here's a tip. If you think you've overpaid during the year, you might be able to adjust that final tax payment. Going back to checklist or number 3 is maximizing retirement contributions. If you haven't maximized it and you have that cash available, make sure you maximize that to lower even your quarter 4 estimated tax payment, right? Because every single dollar, every tax deduction we're talking about from tips number 2 and number 3, maximizing your tax deductions and retirement contributions can really lower your quarter 4 estimated tax payment. That's a very good savings opportunity. So number 5 is planning ahead for 2025. And what we really want to do is not only organizing 2024, but also planning for the future. There's that famous quote, "A goal without a plan is simply a wish." Once again, a goal without a plan is just simply a wish. So for 2025, let's plan for a financially successful 2025. And here are 3 tips that I have. Number 1 is updating your business structure or reviewing your business structure. What does that mean? If your income has grown, consider whether a S-Corp election might save you money on self-employment taxes. Remember to refer back to my previous video, and I'll leave an info card so you can link back on when is the right time to choose an S-Corp versus an LLC. You really want to review this going into 2025 to make sure that if you need to make an S-Corp election, you can make it on a timely basis. Number 2 is revisit the contracts that you're currently under. Remember to review your locum contracts for next year. Are there any new opportunities you can take advantage of, or perhaps assignments with better pay or benefits? Make sure to look at this before your 2025 year. And number 3 is start budgeting for big expenses. If you need new equipment, or there's large CME courses or plan to attend conferences, budget for these now so we can spread out the cost, okay? So you want to make sure you're looking at what are some of the conferences, CMEs that you want to attend in 2025 and start budgeting now. Preparing for 2025 isn't just about taxes and spreadsheets. It's really about getting organized and preparing your financial future. And if you found this video podcast helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your locum colleagues. Here's to financially thriving in 2025. See you next time. Bye.